Welcome or welcome back to my channel, Elemental Origins. My name is Starr. Today I'm going to enter the space with some Palo Santo, or holy wood as it's traditionally known. But today's reading is actually to mark the celebration of Lammas, or Lunar, which translates to loaf mass. And I was a little bit sneaky because I didn't want everyone to be deterred by that, because I know there was a lot of diverse understandings here, and I don't necessarily stick to one specific doctrine or spiritual practice. I like to, just go with what resonates for me. And I've lived many lives, many previous lives, so I've kind of done it all. I'm told, in these spaces. So I do delve into all aspects of religion and spiritual practices here. So today's reading is predominantly to celebrate Lammas, which is happening on the 1st of August, and it marks the transitional period between summer solstice and Mabon, which is the autumn equinox. And depending where you are in your spheres, it's going to determine the energies that are being brought forward for you today. But this idea of hidden blessings and what we can be thankful for already was ringing loud and true in my ears when I was thinking about setting up for this reading. So I wanted everyone to just come to this space and have a space where you can be shown the aspects of your life that perhaps, others will be incredibly thankful to have in their lives. And sometimes I think that we just get so used to our lives and the blessings that we already have that not that we stop being grateful, but we forget to give gratitude for everything that we already have, because sometimes, it takes a long time for manifestations to come in. And I think often we don't realize that manifestations have come in because we asked for them for such a long time ago. And this is definitely something that has happened to me on my path. I've had to really learn the idea of patience and growing something from seed to forest. I was told that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to grow something from the ground up. So it's been a slow and steady process, but there is true depth and meaning behind that. So I'm having to trust every turn that I take, every, perhaps pause or stop that I take on my path, because I know it's for purpose, for my soul's expression. So that is an understanding for somewhere. Perhaps if you feel like things haven't been moving as quickly as you wanted them to, it's been moving in divine right timing rather than our timing, which is incredibly different and incredibly frustrating at times. Believe me, I feel you, I hear you, I see you. But I really wanted to create a space for you to feel, seen and heard is what I want to say right now. And Teams of Light really wanted me to bring this forward. And, I'm always hesitant to bring messages forward like this because it feels personal. But the understanding that I was getting was that some people were getting upset that I knew about their life. So if you are in my personal spaces, if you are showing up to my house, this is my house, this is my space, your energy and your understanding of your life will be in my readings. If you weren't showing up, your energy and your life would not be in my readings. That's how it works. This is like you stepping forward and saying, I'm coming to you for a personal reading. My readings try and be as, relatable to my audience as possible. So if you don't want me to tap into your energies, all you have to do is not show up at my house, is what I want to share. So, for those that might have been a bit confused as to what is going on and, why they've been showing up here, you come here for messages from your teams of light that they give to me about you and your life. So if you do not want that, stop showing up in my space, is what Teams of Light wanted me to share. So we all have, a general gist of what is going on here. We've got the boundaries, so now we can move forward and proceed, whether this be in my energy, us together or not. It is up to you if you want to keep showing up in this space or not. But that being said, I do have 3 piles today. I have picked some runes as well, and it's interesting because I always want to pick runes when I'm doing readings that are reflective to the cycles of the year and pagan traditions, which, I think somewhere doesn't necessarily have direct correlation, but I think somewhere that it does. And to those that makes sense to, it will. And yeah, I think that's all that I need to say about that. But I do have 3 piles today, and take a minute to pick your pile, and I will go ahead with pile number 1. Actually, that being said, I have something else to share, and I was reminded by the gorgeous back of this card here. When I was coming to sit down for this reading today, a Mr. Magpie, I always say Mr. Magpie, was being incredibly noisy and loud. And I wanted to bring forward this expression because I felt like he was here for some of you in the collective. And the magpie spirit is a very illusory spirit because it has very contradictory meanings depending on your understanding and your belief system. So depending on where you are in the world, people have very different understandings of the magpie as a totem spirit. And it's predominantly connected to trickery somewhere, being aware of deceit, but then also opportunism, and that being the light and the shadow aspect of that. So people being opportunists around you, but also you seeking out spaces where there is opportunity for you to grow and expand. And magpies are incredibly intelligent, so that is also brought forward in that understanding. And the final thing that was being brought forward to the forefront was this idea of magpie spirit allowing for you to seed in the easiest path to success. So whomever that aligns with, you might want to be stepping towards magpie spirit to help you understand how to move forward in your journey, in your space, and in your time, is what I want to share. And this feels like timeline jumping, and we're getting a bit expansive here, but if you can tap into magpie spirit energy and almost like let it fly through your Akashic records with you, it will help you find the easiest path. And take what resonates. That's only going to relate for some, but it feels like there might be a hack in the system there for some whom this really relates to. And I'm being drawn to the symbol here, which for the life of me I cannot remember now. So that might be connected to that as well, whomever that aligns with. But do take a minute to pick your pile, and I will go ahead with pile number 1. Hello Pile 1, welcome to your reading. I'm going to start with your rune today, Pile 1, and your rune is theawakeningstar, which means thorn, and this idea of danger, conflict, defense, and also purging was brought to my attention. So some of you might be really dealing with some shadowy aspects right now, and you're really going to have to set yourself free, is what I want to share, Pile 1. But today's reading is predominantly for what you can be thankful for in your life. However, I feel like yours is going to perhaps have a deeper capacity of understanding as well, Pile 1, because the first card that I got for you actually came in reverse, and the cosmic ancestors voice your concerns, and that's come in reverse, Pile 1, and we'll get to that in a moment. But the second card that I've got for you is evolve into your complexity. Interesting. Third card I've got is clear waters, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, and opportunity. Volcano and release with 40. Number 5, and the beloved. And I forgot to share that I'm only going to be reading oracle cards today, no tarot, Pile 1. And the last card, the bloom. Creations realize, right time, harvest, and celebrate. So I'm going to start with the first card here for you that's in reverse with cosmic ancestors, Pile 1. And I'm hearing that you've been denying your path, denying your truth, denying your connection to the stars predominantly, Pile 1. And your teams of light are stepping forward, and they're saying to stop denying yourself and stop the deceit that is happening on your own self. It's almost like your third eye is incredibly open, yet you are denying your connection that you have to ether, to star systems, to most of you predominantly here. And some of you have been receiving a lot in your dream time, and it's almost like you know the truth when you awaken, but by the end of the day, you've sank back into understandings of, oh, none of this can be real, I'm just making all of this up. It's not true and it's not here. So I'm hearing the one way that you can truly step in and appreciate your life right now, Pile 1, is to see that it is a blessing for you to be able to see so clearly. And even if this is just in your dream time, Pile 1, and I feel like my head is completely all over the place trying to tap into your energy, Pile 1, and I could feel this creeping in. As I was setting up for this reading, I didn't do half of the preamble that I wanted to, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of that within each pile, because I've almost felt like outside energies were pushing me off of my path. Pile 1 is what I want to share. So please release the energies of those around you that perhaps don't understand any of what you are going through, or can perhaps like not relate at all in your spaces. And often on my path, Pile 1, I've had to just really rely on myself and go truly within myself to receive the answers that I've been searching for. So I'm hearing you are in complete capacity to receive the answers that you are searching for, but you are fearing going within because you're fearing what's going to be released from the inside of you, Pile 1. And I'm hearing, you are beloved by your teams of light, by your star systems, and they want you to bloom into the best version of yourself. But the only way that you're going to do that, to be able to evolve into your complete complexity, is if you decide to turn within. And if you're going through aspects of purging right now, Pile 1, please use water energy instead of fire, because you're going to have to cool down some of these aspects that I feel like have been quite, I'm hearing violent within your vicinity or your own personal expression and understanding. So you might have been dealing with a lot of anger issues, and maybe not at this moment in time in your life, but this might have been something previously that you've been having to work through, Pile 1. And I'm hearing it's being brought to the surface now so that you can release it once and for all. So the blessings that are in your life right now is that you are able to purge out old cycles that no longer serve your highest good. That is a blessing, Pile 1. And although that might feel challenging, that's such a sweet spot to be in, because that energy is fleeting. You will only be purging for a certain amount of time, Pile 1. And I promise you, you will feel lighter eventually. And please use crystals to your advantage. I brought in some smoky quartz into space today, and I like to use this when I'm dealing with a lot of my shadow aspects. I brought in some citrine, I brought in some labradorite, and also rhodonite, which is amazing for heart opening and heart healing. And I'm hearing you're learning to keep your heart open, Pile 1. Some of you are learning to even move through an aspect of love. This doesn't come naturally to you, I'm hearing, and that's okay, Pile 1. This could be through a whole diverse understandings and reasons why. It might have been your upbringing, it might have been something that you've experienced when you were a child, it might have been really intense expressions that you have experienced throughout your life. So this is not a telling off, Pile 1. This is more of an encouragement to say to you that you are on the right path. And when things feel confusing, surrender. Just stop and pause and say, okay, I'm just going to turn within for a little while. And I've also brought in dragon energy with some pyrite here, which is known as fool's gold. And I brought through this expression a little while ago with Pile 1, and this idea of, how do I want to word it? This idea of becoming clean. So that might take on a whole expansive expression for some. But this idea of running your business as cleanly as possible now. So there might have been ways that you've been trying to cut corners with business, whether this is necessarily breaking the law or not. You might have just been trying to cut corners in your life, whether it's regarding business or not. But your teams of light are saying now you're doing things the proper way. Now you're feeling all emotions, you're releasing your purging, and you're stepping forward into your most authentic expression. And your teams of light want you to reach out to them more, Pile 1. And the fact that you can reach out to them and receive the messages is a blessing. And however you receive those messages is a blessing. And I'm hearing to be grateful for everything that you can experience right now, Pile 1, because it's here for your highest good, but also it's here so that you can experience things in a different way. So if you perhaps don't receive messages from spirit in the same way as others do, that's such a unique and great expression to you. You should be proud of that, Pile 1. You shouldn't be, I don't want to say shouldn't be, but you shouldn't shame self for the way that you connect into spirit. And I have to catch myself too within this, Pile 1, because I don't necessarily connect into these realms the same as others have, the same that I was kind of tried to be taught how to. I kind of found my own path and my own understanding, although I have gone through, courses and aspects of this traditionally through terms of mediumship and healing. I found my own path and my own way within this, and I've had to just make that be my truth and the way that I feel most comfortable to connect in. It's here for me. So if you are carving your own path and perhaps, you're not necessarily relating to, I'm feeling like perhaps some aspects of religion or a strict doctrine that you followed for some time, you're now seeing that you're more aspects of different understandings, and somewhere you're shaming yourself for that, and you shouldn't, pile one. And if anyone in your vicinity is shaming you for that, I think they need to take a good hard look in the mirror and say, why am I shaming this person for wanting to experience more, is what I want to share. And I think that's a major bug bind of mine with regards to strict doctrine and religion, because I feel like there is no room for expressing in any other way than that strict doctrine, which leads to a lot of shadowy aspects being brought to the surface of others in some quite violent and destructive spaces, because they don't feel safe to express themselves. And I think that it's incredibly sad where we find ourselves right now, where a lot of society find themselves right now, under the thumb of religion somewhere, and feeling like they can't express themselves in the most authentic way as possible. And this leads into so many aspects, politically, that I just won't go into right now, but I feel very, very strongly about this, pile one. So I see you and I hear you, so don't do this to yourself. If this is something you don't like about strict doctrine, why are you then taking on these aspects for yourself? Please, please, please have a think about that, pile one. But you are preparing to come into full bloom, and everything is going at divine right timing, pile one. So you're in complete alignment is what I want to share. And with the number 5 showing up with the beloved, it's like you have at least 5 core members that are around you right now that really, really, really care about you, pile one. So you have to lean into those energies, no matter how painful or triggering it is. I'm hearing call out to those people, lean on those people that are in your life, because they are here to support you. And if it's not, people in your vicinity, call out to your teams of light or whomever you are feeling connected to at this time. It's almost like you don't feel like you deserve to be loved, pile one, which is why you hold yourself back from connecting in with others. And I'm hearing it's a blessing that you can come here and hear this today, because I'm hearing that it's at a subconscious level that this is happening, but you are ready to set yourself free. And I also brought in the emblem of Angel Metatron, pile one. So you might want to connect into Metatron's energy, and specifically the energy of gold. And a little while ago, I switched all of my jewelry from silver to gold, and that was definitely not something that I would ever do at a certain point in my journey. But I really enjoy the high vibration of gold and the frequency that I feel that it emanates. So to whomever that relates to too, you might start to feel a little bit more sunshine in your life connecting into gold, and also grabbing some citrine. And I always see this as a sunshine stone, although carnelian is a sunshine stone, oh my gosh, predominantly. It helps with connecting to the solar plexus, which is just in the tummy area, and this is your I am forward facing space. So if you don't know what the solar plexus chakra is, I would suggest to you tapping into that energy, doing some research, doing some meditations in the solar plexus chakra area specifically, and the heart chakra and the higher heart chakra. And I will tag a meditation that I've done to help you tap into the heart space as well, pile one. But you are ready to transition into a life that is of more feeling, is what I want to share, pile one. And this is a deeper expression that you haven't experienced before, and I'm hearing that it's bringing up some fears within you, which is completely natural, but at the same time you are ready to be expressing yourself at a deeper capacity, and there is a blessing within that, pile one. So don't shy away from how you are feeling right now, but also know that you are ready to experience more, and that is a blessing within itself. So keep releasing within this expression of the moon cycles. I'm hearing some of you have been doing that and it's been working, so congratulations within that, pile one. And that's also another great expression that is being brought forward. You are trying out new things, pile one, and it's working out for you, so you're in complete alignment. Don't be afraid to try something new. And I'm hearing some of you have such a broad spectrum of things that you are incredibly talented at, that you find it difficult to home in to one specific space, but the fact that you can delve into so many aspects and be really great at so many things isn't a hindrance, pile one. It is a blessing, but somewhere you see it as a hindrance. So I'm hearing you really need to flip the script on that understanding, because you need to start appreciating everything that you already have and just how much of an expressive and expansive soul you are, because you bring so much to this world, but you do not allow yourself to see it. So please continue to purge in the energies of the water element, pile one, because this is going to help you reach your highest evolved state. And you are a very complex soul, pile 1. So you might want to go to pile 3 because there might be some understandings in there for you. But I'm hearing the Holy Trinity and whatever that means to you. But working with 369 is going to help you prosper as well. So the understandings of that you might want to look into pile 1. But what I'm hearing predominantly is that you are on the precipice of really tapping into your soul's expression at a deeper capacity, and that is a major gift, and that comes with, you know, a lot of hard work that's already been done. So please know that you have been moving through your journey quickly. Pile 1 is what I want to share. And you know, sometimes we do have years that are left on the path of expansion. You know, I'm a soul that is on that path exactly, pile 1, and as much as I might seem like, you know, I've evolved so much already, I know that I have such a long way to go as well. And I keep getting tongue-tied with your pile 1, so slow down when you are conversing with others, because I'm hearing the capacity for your brain's wiring right now, because you are purging, is a little bit slower than usual. So don't try and rush conversations with people, specifically if they are important conversations. Please take the time to take a step back and truly process and accept perhaps what some are trying to share with you. But I'm going to read a little bit of this Cosmic Ancestors card for you with the number 10 on there, pile 1. I'm feeling like that's significant for you. Number 10, Cosmic Ancestors. Learn from those who have walked your path before. Voice your concerns. Universal consciousness coexists, extends beyond millions of years, our very DNA has evolved over thousands of years and is continuing to do so. Our genetic lineage of all origins are often brought into question. It is hard to refute the possibility of life on other planets far beyond your own star system and galaxy, given the science and astrological evidence we've already understand historically about universal astronauts. You may feel like you are a starseed, dissociated from others, as they cannot comprehend how precious life is, planetary evolution, or conscious connection within all living creatures. You may have fell into silent pain or into passionate activists, your heart breaking over the material corruption of humanity, and that no one is listening to you, to the collective cry of the planet, the life of all inhabitants, or the global impact of eco-based leaderships. In absolute truth, we are all starseeds, and our personal cosmic origins are mixed with our own DNA and the consciousness. The very existence of life on planets beyond our current understanding or awareness is evidentiary. After all, you are currently existing within the universe as you know it on a beautiful planet called Earth. Right now, you must learn from those who have walked before you, those who have already shone a light on injustices require you to evolve and awaken into a passionate contributor. Now is the time to stand up and be counted. Life beyond our beautiful planet, beyond our earthly incarnations, is forever written among time and space and is available to us within the records of the Akashic Temple. So yeah, the Akashic record is being brought up for you again, pile 1. You may feel connected to star energy or be aligned with one or more cosmic understanding of the universe within others. You may feel connected to star energy or be aligned with a more cosmic understanding of the universe than with others. Call upon the energy of 100% pure light, galactic guides, masters, or teachers to assist you in understanding your personal connection, shadow aspect, materialism, ego-driven, narcissism, dishonesty. And I feel like those are the aspects that you've been working through this lifetime thus far, pile 1. Sacred Crystal, Larimar, Angel Assistance, Archangel Kaliel, Integrity, Passion, and Purpose. The affirmation for this card is, I continuously evolve with conscious action. I continuously evolve with conscious action. I continuously evolve with conscious action. And I've got number 28 and 29 on those pages there for you, pile 1. And I just dropped a guidebook in my incense and I wasn't happy because now the pages have all dirty incense on them. And I feel like you are a perfectionist, pile 1, and I'm hearing that this is a great strength but also your greatest detriment at times. So don't try for perfection. Try to explore. Pile 1 is what I want to share for you. But please know that all teams of light, spirit teams, are here to assist you on your path and on your journey. And they are just waiting for the signs from you. They're waiting for you to connect deeper into them. And the fact that you can connect into them is a blessing, Pile 1. And believe me, I've been right there with you, thinking that it's an absolute curse to be able to feel so much, to experience so much, to, you know, perhaps engage in life in a way that not many people around me can engage in the same way. You know, granted, my times and my surroundings have changed. There was a lot of people around me now that, you know, are within these realms, but at certain points in my journey I wasn't there, and it was painful, Pile 1. So I hear you when I see you, and your teams of light see you. This is just an encouragement to say that you are on the right path, and everything that you are experiencing is for your highest good, and it's here for a reason, Pile 1. And perhaps you haven't found that reason yet, but you will. This is an incredibly exciting time for you to expand and for you to find your heart, is what I want to share, Pile 1. And although that this may be incredibly challenging somewhere, you know, this is going to help you enjoy life at a deeper capacity. And I'm very much on that path as well, Pile 1. It's been incredibly challenging for me to keep my heart open in spaces where I feel like love is being reciprocated to me. I've definitely found it easier to show and share love in spaces where it wasn't being reciprocated, because that just felt more normal to me, is what I want to share, Pile 1. But you are ready to express yourself at a deeper capacity within the heart space, and that's exactly where you should be at this time, so you are in complete alignment. But that's all that I've got for you today, Pile 1. If you would like an extended reading, please do not hesitate to reach out. How to contact me is in the description below, and please do share this reading with anyone that you might feel will best benefit from the expressions being brought forward today. But that's all that I've got for you today, Pile 1. If you would like to donate to me, how to donate to me is in the description also below. But please understand that everything is here for your highest good, Pile 1, and you're in complete alignment with your life path. And yeah, that's such a sweet spot to begin to delve into, Pile 1. And I've left out the starseed cards, I think, for you, Pile 1, because I feel like it might just be too triggering. But if you would like to receive a star oracle card from me, please do not hesitate to reach out. You can comment, and I will share that in the comments with you, or email me. My email's in the description below, and I will send that to you as well, to those that might resonate with. But that's all that I've got for you today. Take care, Pile 1. Hello, Pile 2, this is your reading. The first thing that I want to share with you is your rune, and your rune is Manas, which means man. And I don't often like sharing that expression. I like to see it as mankind, humankind, and the idea of self, society, friendship, and it's almost like a very selfless serving space was being brought to my attention, Pile 2. But I did have a card that was brought out in reverse, and this was the first card that I picked for you. And I'm going to delve into this energy first. 35, spiritual evolution, set your heart free. And that's in reverse, Pile 2. So we'll get into that energy in a moment, because I'm hearing it's very significant for your path. Sacred boundaries is also being brought forward, and I forgot to share that I'm sharing only oracles today, so that's what we've got for today's expression. Thank you. Gratitude, appreciating what's sustaining you. I love this card, the prism, the energy prism there. Cedar tree and wisdom, and the number 5. And then you've got the coyote and 12, and I remember I don't love the expression of the coyote in this deck and understanding, but we've got morning dew, clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook, and also the final card, the Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, and scarlet codes. And I knew that one pile specifically was going to be connecting into ancestral energy, and it's your pile, Pile 2. So I'm going to just have a little bit of a move around here, because I feel like there is a lot of diverse expressions being brought forward, and I feel like your reading isn't going to be just about what to be thankful for, Pile 2, because I'm hearing that you're learning to keep your heart open, and I feel like some of you have had to walk a life of solitude thus far, or a very solitary spiritual path right now, or at least up until this point in your journey. And as the reading has progressed, I'm finding it incredibly difficult to express what is being brought forward to me, and it feels like there is a crunching of energy around me, and perhaps this is the energy that you are sat in, Pile 2. And I'm hearing this is the binds of your ancestors that you have been releasing, and all of these cords here, I'm hearing you are having to work through, and I'm seeing, like when there are lasers and you have to climb through the lasers if you are a burglar, that type of thing, to get to the safe. I'm hearing you've been trying to unlock your heart, but it's been through ancestral karma why you've been getting stuck, but also you've been gaining the most amount of wisdom. And I'm hearing it's through connecting to nature, connecting to trees, that you gain a lot of your understanding, which perhaps might surprise some of you. But it's like some of you were born from a tree. And that expression is going to take a deeper, ever deeper understanding the more that you delve into that, whomever that relates to. You might want to look into the spiritual meaning of cedar tree. Also, should I read a little bit from the book? No, I'm hearing that's something you should delve into in your own time. But I am going to read a little bit of this coyote because I feel like this is quite an elusive energy, Pile 2. And I'm hearing that you're going to have to be incredibly discerning soon, is what I want to share. Pile 2, I feel like something is going to happen where you're going to have to move quickly, is what I want to say. But the essence of the coyote, the coyote is a symbol of sacred trickster, the one who provides detours from growth and understanding by ensuring that things don't go as planned. The coyote brings the energy of divine deception to set you free from the shackles and what doesn't serve you. Sometimes it appears that you will be getting everything you want, only to find out that coyote brings you the opposite of what you hope for. The lessons offered by coyote may at first appear confusing, but they are the most sacred, always for your highest good. And I feel like I don't like the energy of this because it feels very synchronistic to my path, and not even synchronistic, it feels like this is what my spiritual path has been thus far. And it is because we are gaining the most amount of wisdom when we go through aspects that have been incredibly challenging or trickstery in nature, is what I want to share. But the invitation from this card is that if the coyote calls to you, it's time to pay special attention to detours and disappointment, as they are the true tests of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit, yet you may feel yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led off course, off the path leading to your most cherished dreams and desires. Remember this, coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you've been set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when coyote calls your name. And I feel like this is a blessing that you aren't able to see, and perhaps myself too in this somewhere, is that the divine detours and perhaps the trickster energies, the illusions you've been having to work through, your ancestral karma has been setting you up for the life that you have been truly asking for, Pile 2. And you should be thanking the universe and your guides for showing you how to set boundaries. For one, I'm hearing that is something you've been learning the hard way, and allowing for you to gain deeper clarity within self. You know that you can trust you, Pile 2. And I think somewhere you've forgotten on your path that was something that you felt like you didn't have. But going through the path and the challenges you perhaps have been facing of late, it's allowed for you to see that you can trust yourself, and everything that you step towards, you know that you are doing it for purpose. There is nothing that you do in your life, Pile 2, that is by chance or something that you haven't already determined or understood somewhere. And even if you're not going to be in conscious awareness of this is why I'm bringing it to your attention, because it's in the subconscious mind, but your higher self is very much in alignment with you, Pile 2, is what I want to share. And that's what your teams of light want to bring forward with this celebration of Lammas, Lunasa, and what you can be thankful for already in your life, because the hidden blessing is that you can trust you, and not everyone can trust themselves, is what I want to share, Pile 2. And I keep wanting to say Pile 1, so you might want to take a look at Pile 1, because there might be some understandings of expressions in there for you. But it feels like you are getting tripped up somewhere, Pile 2, because you keep second guessing yourself. And teams of light are saying, no, you know what is going on, you know what is happening, so keep trusting in your feelings and stepping forward when you feel that it is right. And some of you are really traversing spaces that are incredibly trickstery and challenging, but at the same time you are alchemizing this energy. So this is to those that perhaps felt like a situation was going to go a very specific way, and you've been able to catch the energies before they have taken hold. And this is to help you spiritually expand. But this also has meant that you have opened up more pathways and timelines that are potentials for you, specifically moving forward in your life, pile 2. And we're getting pretty expansive here, but this idea of that, the world is coming to times where things are collapsing and condensing. You know how to piggy bank off and bounce off of those energies. Now that you've gone through everything that you've been through, you know how to maneuver through spaces, you know how to maneuver through people's energies, you know how to spot something that is a trickster energy, and you also know how to tell it to leave when it needs to, but also work with trickster energies within people, and perhaps not necessarily trickster energies, but shadowy aspects of others. You've been having to traverse that space so that your life can be easier moving forward. So if you feel like things have just been incredibly chaotic and condensed, pile 2, it has been for a purpose. And some of you, I feel this weight of, gosh, is this ever going to end? Our time is going to change. And pile 2, I promise you, things are changing, times are changing, and you are stepping forward towards a life that is here for your highest good, is what I want to share. And to some, if you've been looking for a divine counterpart, that is on the horizon for you. And I was really delving into what this being looks like. So this might be confirmation to somewhere. And I don't predominantly do love or romance readings, just out of my personal preference, I guess, somewhere, pile 2. But it feels like some of you have been asking, when is that going to happen? And you've been having to learn boundaries so that when this does come in for you, pile 2, you will be ready. And to some of you, your person is already with you, and you've been dealing with helping them through their shadowy aspects so that you can grow together, is what I want to share. And it feels like the idea of morning dew is connected to sacred sensuality somewhere. So some of you, perhaps you've been delving back into aspects of self that is of a more sensual nature, and to some that's been quite triggering depending on where you've been in your life path. And your teams of light want you to see it as a blessing. The fact that you are being triggered in these spaces, the fact that you are being urged to be in these spaces again, is incredibly healing for you. And no matter what you've gone through, pile 2, even if you've gone through aspects that have been connected to those real sensitive and sacred spaces, there still can be healing for you in that way. And I do not say that to trigger, I say that just as a reminder. And go at your own pace, at your own speed. But it feels like there is a softness and a lightness to life that is wanting to be brought forward to you and your life right now, pile 2, is what I want to share. And I feel like your teams of light want to congratulate you for your resilience, pile 2. The fact that you have been working through so many trickster energies this lifetime, and your ancestral power and expression is so strong. For some of you, you do not know it, but your teams of light look at you and they can see other beings' souls working through you. And it's an incredibly beautiful thing to witness. It's like they can literally see the hands of your ancestors, touching you, and then you sharing that soul's expression in your life. And that is such a blessing, pile 2, to be able to be connected in that deeply, that souls wish to bless you with that understanding, and then you see that on to help others. And look at these beautiful images here. It feels like your ancestors love you so deeply, pile 2. It's actually bringing me to tears. And some of you, they want to help you heal this sacred space within self. So please do call upon them, pile 2, because it feels like it's a crying shame if you don't try and tap into those spaces again, is what I want to share, because you are ready to express self. And I keep seeing, I don't know what the expression is for not a phallic symbol, but the opposite of a phallic symbol, this here, and also the expression of, at the back here, is what I want to share. Pile 2, so please take what resonates, but that's for my divine feminines out there. And also, yeah, look at the shape here. It feels like there is an entrance and opening, and it feels like you are being opened up from winter, is what I want to share. But I was hearing being led to the slaughter. So some of you might be feeling really, really triggered right now because you feel like you're being led down a path that's only going to cause you more pain. And Pale 2, you know, if anything is on our path and it's here to throw us off course or causes pain, it's so that we can heal it, transmute it, and then benefit from those understandings later down the line. And, you know, I can say this sat this side of the camera right now and not acknowledging that within my own life, Pile 2, but when I tap into that own space and my own personal journey, you know, that still hurts. When you are going through pain, when you're going through challenging aspects, it still very much hurts. But in the long run, Pile 2, things are going to work out for your highest good and you will be grateful is what I want to share. But if you can say thank you now and start having gratitude where you find yourself right now, this is going to help you sink into deeper aspects of your soul's expression and connect even deeper to specific star systems I'm hearing, but also everything. I'm hearing the cycles of life, the cycles of summer, the cycles of trees, the plants, the flowers, animals. It feels like you work and walk so divinely guided, Pile 2. It is untrue. You cannot even fake your expression is what I want to share. And I want to say, Pile 2, and you know, only take what resonates, and this shouldn't bother anyone, but it may trigger some. But I feel like people try and mimic your behavior and the way that you speak, Pile 2, and the way that you maneuver around situations and people. And I'm hearing that some people around you, they witness people do this and they see it happen, and somewhere, you know, they understand to some degree just how much you go through because they realize that you affect so many. Pile 2 is what I want to share, but somewhere you do not see it at all. And I'm hearing that's with purpose, because I think if you knew just how many people were watching you, you perhaps would go into not a state of shock, but you might feel quite overwhelmed, Pile 2. But I'm hearing if you feel a lot of energy all of the time, it's because so many people are thinking about you and they hold you so closely, and you know, in all manners of that understanding. So I'm hearing you're like Marmite, Pile 2, and I definitely say that about my own energy. You know, people either love you or you really trigger them is what I want to share, and that is okay. Why would you want to be a soul that is just gliding through, Pile 2? And if you are completely honest with yourself, you do not want that for yourself. You know, sometimes when we don't have that life path, it seems, oh, you know, that will be easy and breezy, easy breezy cover girl, I'm hearing. And I kept saying that over this weekend, which is funny, so that's a confirmation for some. But it feels like you are ready to admit to yourself that your life path suits you, is what I want to share, Pile 2. And your teams of light are saying this with such a light of heart expression because they could feel you fighting this for the longest time. And I'm hearing somewhere you are learning to really surrender to an even deeper capacity than you thought possible. And it's working for you, Pile 2. So trust that you are on the right path. Trust that wherever you are being guided to, it is for the most highest of understanding for yourself, Pile 2. And even if you have come to help other souls this lifetime, you know, you are going to be paid in kind somewhere. I promise you, Pile 2. And if you look back at certain aspects of your life or certain things that happen, you can see where it is what I want to share, Pile 2. The blessings is you receive blessings daily, but you are so used to living your path that you don't see how blessed you are. And somewhere you're still growing, Pile 2. So I think you live in a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety throughout most of the day, because you are getting to learn and getting to understand your soul's essence and your soul capacities deeper. And that differs, you know, quite a lot from the lives that we potentially have been living. And I really resonate with these energies in Pile 2. So I hear you when I see you, Pile 2, but the anxiety will lessen as time goes on, and I want to say the fears of what others perceive you as will lessen too as time goes on, Pile 2. But trust where you are in your path right now, and trust that if there are tricks to energies, it's there because your teams of light know that you can defeat it and you will move forward, is what I want to share, Pile 2. And there is, you know, ever more expansive understandings of that, and I'm going to share a meditation that is to remove dark energies and entities, and that comes from a very specific understanding too, I guess, from a religious aspect that I don't necessarily lean into at all times right now, Pyoto, but I'm hearing that expression is going to work for some that are in these spaces. So please take what resonates, but if you would like an extended reading on anything that I've shared with you today, Pyoto, please do not hesitate to reach out. Please do like, share, and share this reading with anyone that you might feel will best benefit. And if you would like to donate to the channel, it helps me greatly. How to donate to me is in the description below. But that's all that I've got for you today, Pyoto. I feel like I could keep sharing with you, but please do look into the meaning of cedar tree, cedar wood, because I'm hearing there is a deeper understanding there for you, Pyoto. But to some right now, it's like you have everything that you already asked for, Pyoto. You're just, it's almost like you are walking the walk and talking the talk to such a high degree that you don't see that it's happening, Pyoto. And, to some of you, you're going to be like, oh, that's not true. Please take a step back and look at your life. Look at what is going on right now for you, Pyoto. You are doing the thing that you asked to do a real long time ago. You are living your life path. You are living in complete alignment. And that is such a rare space to be in right now. I think the percentage of souls doing this right now, Pyoto, without being in the grips of, I guess, societal constraints and mass understanding is what I want to share. And if you're on this expansive path, you understand, those powers, not so powerful beings out there that are trying to control everything. You are walking outside of that system, and that's mind-blowing in itself, Pyoto. And somewhere you love to be mind-blown, somewhere you love a challenge, somewhere you love to seek out the tricksters and change their mind, Pyoto. You are a seeker of the extreme, Pyoto, and perhaps somewhere you feel like you are the biggest scaredy cat, but at a soul-centered space, you're not. It's just like your body's expression is having to catch up with you, Pyoto. And for some of you, you're completely stepping into your capacities of not being from here, being a starseed, and you're releasing aspects of this physical body. And if you've been, okay, this is a side message and quite inexpansible, but if you felt like you've been dying of late somewhere, apologies in the trigger warnings within that. I'm going to put a trigger warning on this reading because of that, but it's because your human aspects have been falling away. That's what you've been feeling dying, and you've been stepping ever more into soul, into spirit, into ether, is what I want to share, Pyoto. So this is a massive congratulations. You are leading in terms of this percentile of those souls that are expressing a true heart's capacity, which is incredibly difficult to seed in right now, Pyoto. Look at the world around us. You are doing it. You are living it. You are breathing it. You are the sacred rose, is what I want to share. That is a triple, quadruple confirmation for some out there. So I hope that you hear this and you see it and you feel it. And for some of you, you've been asking to see your teams of light. Maybe you've just started to see spaceships. Maybe you've just started to see entities. They're here to help you. They are here to protect you. Don't be afraid of them. And, please use your discernment, trickster energies, that's something that I've been learning the hard way, time and time again on this path. Believe me, Pyoto. But there are so many around you that see your light body, your light, your love, and for some, they want a piece of that themselves, these trickster energies, and people might come in and try and tame that or take it for themselves because they don't know how to wield that power itself. But I'm hearing you've been breaking free from those shackles, and you've been breaking free from those aspects from your ancestral lineage too. You've been doing it all, Pyoto. I really wish, and I hope that one day I get to say all of this to your face, is what I want to share, Pyoto, because you're an incredibly powerful soul. And if you would like to reach out to me, Pyoto, I would love to know who you are, because yeah, it's admirable what you've been through and just how much you're seeding light for so many. So many of you, you are pillars of your community, your families, and you might not feel like you are in a public facing role right now, but if you are working out in the general public, you are doing the damn thing, is what I want to share. And I realized that was something that I was doing for a good proportion of my life. I was doing very hectic and public service facing roles for the majority of my life, and it's hard work. If you have a family, I don't know personally in this lifetime, but it is hard work. So congratulate yourself on that, Pyoto, is what I want to share. No matter what walk of life you come from, you are doing the damn thing, and you are walking a very highly ascended spiritual path, Make no mistake, Pile 2. But that's all that I've got for you today. Apologies that I'm getting quite stern, but I just want you to feel it and hear it the way that I'm experiencing your energy, Pile 2. You are incredibly powerful, yet you are so humble, and you wield these energies like it is nothing, and it so is something, Pile 2. So please seed in this consciousness and believe that you are worthy. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of expression. You are worthy to experience yourself as a sexual being, is what I want to share. Predominantly Pile 2, but that's all that I've got for you today. You've worked through so much and setting boundaries. You should be incredibly proud of yourself, but that's all that I've got for you today. Take care. Bye. Hello Pile 3, welcome to your reading. The first thing that I would like to share with you is your rune, and your rune is Jera, and this rune connects to the harvest time, cycles and completion, and the idea that luck is on your side. And it's interesting because I've left in the rune from Pile 2, and I'm hearing that's with purpose now, which is Manas, which is connected to man, which I like to say, is humankind, self, society, and friendship. But this idea of society, friendship, and harvest, you have come to a state of completion already, Pile 3, and this is something that is going to be brought into your awareness very, very soon, I'm hearing. You've just been waiting for divine right timing. And the first card that I've got for you is 17 and Galactic Healer. Move forward with an open mind. And this is exactly what you've been doing, Pile 3. You've been keeping an open mind no matter what has been happening in your vicinity, and I'm hearing your teams of light are incredibly proud of you. Wow, illusion and the shark, and you've been piercing through illusions like it's a bowl of cereal. I'm hearing you've been eating illusions for breakfast. I'm hearing Pile 3, which, yeah, just congratulations. Into the unknown, underworld depth, courage, facing your fears, and you have been facing your fears is what I want to share, Pile 3. And to some of you, perhaps you feel like you haven't been, but you really have, and you've got rice and nourishment with 31. For some of you, you need to visit rice paddies. That's going to be incredibly nourishing for you. And for some, you need to start eating rice if you don't already, because that's going to help you heal. 42 and the Rainmaker, and that might not be, for the whole time, but I'm hearing rice paper specifically is going to help you heal. We are nature, becoming grounded, embodied, living in connection, and you embody ancestral energy so well, Pile 3, and this came forward in Pile 2's expression too, so you might want to check out Pile 2 because I'm hearing there was some crossover energies, but you feel like you are a little bit further along in your journey. And if you've come from Pile 2 and you've come over to Pile 3 because you felt that calling, this is what you are getting to, is what I want to share, Pile 2. We've got open, say yes, expand through extremes, and trust life. And that was in reverse. And I'm hearing you've worked through these energies. You've been saying yes to life. You've been saying yes to your soul being nourished, is what I want to share. And that's seeded a new layer of understanding for you, Pile 3. Release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, all change. And you've just been shedding and shedding and shedding and shedding, I'm hearing. And I feel like this has been incredibly challenging for some. I'm just going to take a sip of water. And I've got cucumber in my water, and that's going to be significant for someone. You might want to look into cucumber energy. And working with the element of water more deeply, Pile 3, is going to help you express yourself at a deeper capacity. But you've been jumping into the unknown time and time and time again, I'm hearing. I'm going to share the crystals that I brought into space today because I forgot to in the intro. There was a lot of energies around that was feeling quite all-encompassing, and that was for purpose of the other piles, so apologies, Pile 3. But I brought in some smoky quartz, which I like to use when I'm working through shadow aspects. I brought in Metatron's cube, and the idea of gold being an expression that is of the highest vibration. I brought in some flashy labradorite with the rose here, which I absolutely adore. I brought in rhodonite, which is amazing for connecting into the heart space and opening the higher heart chakra specifically. And I brought in some hematite, which is amazing for mirroring people's energies back to them. And I've also brought in, finally, this dragon pyrite skull is what I want to share. And I'm going to just ring the bell for you, pile 3, because I'm just going to shift some energies. And you might have to be incredibly careful with whom you share information with moving forward, pile 3, because I'm hearing that you are on such an expansive path that if you share too much with others, it will just completely shatter their understanding and it will be too much for them. So if you felt like you've been pulling back from certain people, situations and spaces, that's for purpose, pile 3. If you feel like you've been not engaging with certain people at this time, I'm hearing it won't be forever, but sometimes you're experiencing something that others cannot sit in that energy with you. So you do have to take a step back so that you can come back with a fresh slate, with a fresh energy, so that people can experience you at a higher capacity, but you won't be bleeding into that energy. And specifically, if this is those that you really care about, pile 3, you know, sometimes we do have to take a step back from those that we do really love and want to be in the energy of, because sometimes we're just at different stages. And I'm hearing it's very difficult for you to meet someone that has delved to the depths that you have right now, pile 3, but that is with purpose. And also that is confirmation for some if you feel like, you know, should I be in this space, should I be engaging with this person? And yes, because you are there to be the person that helps mold others, pile 3. So if you feel like there are others around you right now that perhaps, you know, don't mirror a lot of your own energy back to you, that is okay, pile 3. Please use your discernment wisely. But I'm hearing you chose to be in that space and you chose to help others move forward in their expression, the same as you eventually. But this is going to take them, you know, deciding on that path for themselves. But also you came here to seed deeper layers of consciousness that others haven't truly stepped into yet. And pile 3, you could live your entire life without meeting someone that has delved to the depths that you have. And that might surprise some of you. And I'm hearing the people that are saying, no, that's not me. Those are the exact souls that I'm talking about. And this does not matter where you come from in your life right now. It doesn't matter what your life looks like. If you know you've been on the spiritual path of expanse for some time, and you know that you've been doing the healing, delving into the depths of everything, not everyone is doing this, and there is a lot of spiritual bypassing is what I want to share, pile 3. And some are delving into the aspects of pleasure and seeing that as a gateway without receiving true nourishment. And apologies, because I feel like this might trigger some in this pile, because some of you might have been in this space or you've been resisting this space. So trust in that energy. If you feel like you have been you know, perhaps holding back your expression in a sensual way at certain times in your life, you've done this with purpose, pile 3, because it's an incredibly slippery slope for some, depending on your life path and the things that you've experienced, to delve into that deeper at certain points in the journey. So if you know that you've been pulling back, and you know, maybe this is just for a week or so, pile 3, trust in that energy. And you know, if there are any people or beings around you that are in your life that are upset by that, you know, granted, if it's our partners, that's understandable, but also they should trust and understand that expression from you, and you know, not feel insecure about that. If you can have an open discussion with each other about that, because I'm hearing that you are seeding in such expansive expressions that sometimes you definitely just need to stay in your own energy. And that is not to take away from your significant other or your partner or partners, you know, depending where you are in your life path or your explorative connections right now. But sometimes you need to keep and harness that power for self. The power of the womb, the power of the sacral chakra is incredibly powerful, whether you resonate as being divine masculine, divine feminine, everything else in that expression. You know, harnessing your creative sensual nature is an incredibly potent energy. And specifically if you are a pile 3, because you are everything, you make it rain is what I'm hearing, pile 3. It's like you call the last call on a lot of aspects of others' life, pile 3. And I think somewhere you find this to be a hindrance. And this card came up in pile 2, and I'm going to share it because it's this idea of the solitary path, and you feel like you've been walking the solitary path and almost in the underworld. That specific understanding is going to be really beneficial to someone. But it's like you have been tapping into the underworld so much on your path, pile 3, and I'm hearing others don't understand this. And sometimes if people can't understand your energy, it's just because they haven't reached those depths, is what I want to share, pile 3. And I think something that you're already coming into the understanding of is that actually those that perhaps step forward in a very challenging expression to you are the souls that end up understanding you the most, because they have reached those depths that you have. And, whether this be an incredibly painful path or a path that has been full of shadow or deception, and, maybe they have been the people to deceive others. And even if that be true, pile 3, if that person can switch their energy, they also understand that depth because they have been it. And I think this is something you are only just starting to understand, that actually the people and the most, trickstery energies that came from pile 2, or the most challenging expressions in your life actually see you the clearest now. And it's taken some time. I'm hearing some of you, it's still a work in progress with some in your life, but they see you and they hear you because they know that what you've been working through is their energy. And only take what resonates. But I'm hearing that some people, pile 3, there's so much coming in for you, but I'm hearing that some of you here, your life is going to take a 360 and nothing is going to change apart from the energies of others around you. Some of you, you felt like you were doing something wrong and it's not been you, pile 3. You've been having to wait for people to catch up to you. But I'm going to read the expression of the Rainmaker. I'm going to bring this a little bit closer so that you can see it. Pile 3. The essence. The Rainmaker is a master of manifestation who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greatest good. When the power of the co-creative is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit. One second, pile 3. There's so much energy. I'm having to take a minute. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from the heavens, and all of the dormant in the fields and the people's hearts springs to life again. So this idea of the rice paddies in the fields is coming forward. The invitation. The Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure you work with what is, and not with what might be or could have been. The seeds that have been slightly germinating in your heart will burst forth, ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. And this idea that you're going to have to move quickly, pile 3. And for some of you, this is a physical move. For others, this is about truly understanding what is happening in your spaces right now. And I'm hearing some of you have an incredibly sharp tongue, and you are supposed to be that way. You've been closing down cycles, you've been cutting down wheats in the shaft. There's so much coming forward with fields and harvest and nature. Getting out in nature is incredibly beneficial to you. If you can stand out in the rain, pile 3, at any time soon, that is going to be incredibly nourishing and releasing for you, is what I want to share. But you've been sparing illusions, pile 3, and you are a cosmic healer, a quantum healer, however that resonates to you. And I left the candles burning either side of today, and I knew that they wouldn't last the entire reading. I was hearing that was a significance, and it's like you sometimes put out the light in others, pile 3, and it's the light of the ego. You allow others to see where that ego is leading, and that causes an ego death for them, but you change so many people's lives, and that is such a blessing, pile 3. And you've managed to remain open even when you've had to delve and dive to the deepest, darkest aspects of other people's shadow. It's like you went to the black holes of the universe and back. And I'm being guided to Wu-Tang Clan, and I don't know why that is. That's significant and confirmation for some, but it's like you have been able to reach the depth of others that no one else has been able to reach in them, and every single soul that has ever experienced you in their life is somewhere grateful for you, pile 3. And perhaps you've not been on the grateful aspect of this, but this is where I'm hearing that everything and mostly everyone in your life is going to do a 360, because they're now starting to understand your energy deeper. 1, because you are sharing and shedding your truth. 3, because you've been working so hard on your spiritual growth. It's like your energy is completely different, so vibrant, and you are so vivacious and charismatic, pile 3. I think this is something you don't see about yourself, and perhaps there are others in your life that don't let you see this about you. 1, because I'm hearing they perhaps envious somewhere, but 2, sometimes people don't say it to you because they're afraid that you will leave, pile 3. So please only take what resonates. But if you feel like there are certain people in your life that don't compliment you as much as they should, it's because they fear if they compliment you too much that you will leave, and that's not necessarily a balanced energy to be in. But You know that you are here to help these souls expand and express themselves at a healthier capacity, pile 3. So trust in that too. Somewhere there is an understanding of that, that soul actually really cares about you and they don't want you to leave them, is what I want to share, pile 3. And, it is coming through at a sweet energy, although it's a little bit, a little, not trickstery, but just, in the shadow somewhere is what I want to share, pile 3. But you understand this, and you, pile 3, the capacity that you have to hold people in their shadow is like nothing that anyone will ever experience before. If people experience you and you hold them, pile 3, I promise you, they will never experience another soul like you in their life. And granted that, we can say that about everyone, but there is something about your imprint that doesn't leave people, pile 3. And if you've had people that have left your life, the physical plane of existence, and they've gone over to the other side, they miss interacting with you in the physical. Even if they interact with you on a spiritual level, they miss being with you in the physical, in the 3D, because it's making me emotional, pile 3, because they see your light and just how amazing you are, pile 3, and they want you to not hide and not shy away from whom you are. Your right souls will find you, and those being triggered by you, I promise you, maybe not this lifetime, but you agree to be on that soul's path to help them expand, and somewhere down the line they will be grateful for you, and their higher self, their soul's expression is grateful for you, pile 3. There is so much that you should be feeling incredibly blessed for, and I'm hearing it just hasn't been time, pile 3, and it's coming. I promise you. I don't share messages like this often. I don't like to give people false hope. But everything that you've been asking for and everything that you've been dreaming about and hearing, is going to come into fruition in your life, because you have been putting forward that dedicated self-practice, pile 3. So trust in the energies. If you can trust in nothing, trust that you know how to make things happen, and you've already done that, pile 3. And I haven't done this for any other pile. I thought I was going to do it for all, but I'm hearing that it wasn't right timing for the other 2 piles. But I'm going to pull some starseed oracles to finish for these energies for you, pile 3. Vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. Yeah, that's literally exactly what I've said. If you don't trust in anything else, your teams of light, you can trust that you've created the life that you've been asking for somewhere, and you know this to be true, pile 3. And we've got gratitude. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. Yeah, it's not wanting to focus today. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. And it really does, pile 3. But please tap into this rice and this nourishment that's so significant for some. It's such a specific message. You need to go and visit the rice paddy fields, I'm hearing. Like, it's a must on your life path. And soon, I'm hearing. The final card, Inner Alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. And perhaps you've been learning to love yourself, pile 3, and you've done a great job. Allow others to come and nourish you, whatever that means right now. You should be in an energy to receive. Remain open, pile 3. And that's coming forward in that sensual aspect again. But dancing with life, being pleasureful within all aspects of life, is really going to help you catapult forward and receive all that you have been asking for. The more that you can surrender to your own visions and your own love and your own inner alchemy and gratitude for yourself, the quicker that all of these aspirations and understandings are going to come forward to you. But everyone is starting to see you for whom you are, the divine connection that you have, and you see people, you meet everyone in this space. Third eye to third eye, nose to nose, you say, I see you and I love you. And you truly do say that to everyone. Pile 3. That's something you don't allow yourself to see about self. Reflection. See all the aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. And you do this. You reflect back to others their own energy, but also you give them so much love to help them move through their shadow. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. See all aspects of yourself through the one who reflects the the one who see all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. And that's a side message for some. And the number 13 was coming through. I saw 31, but I was hearing 13. We've got 42, 7, 13. Yeah, 13 is there. And yeah, that's it. But I'm hearing 13, 13. 13, 13, 13 is something for someone. But rice and nourishment. Picasso is being brought forward, and Frida Kahlo is being brought forward, and I'm not sure why, but that expression is for someone. And painting nature is also here for someone. Painting the roots of nature, that's going to be beneficial for your healing. Pile 3 is what I want to share, but quite an eclectic energy being brought forward with this reading for you, Pile 3. And apologies, it felt a little bit all over everywhere, quite scattered in understanding. I'm hearing to tell you to cut cords with everything and everyone at all times, Pile 3, because you are here to help so many people feel you in the quantum. They are dreaming about you, they are thinking about you, they are wishing they could be in your life again, they are wishing they could come back in your life, people are wishing they could be closer to you. It feels like you are just in a ripe energy to receive, so sink into that energy. This should be you just waiting to receive is what I want to share, Pile 3. So trust in the energies. Please do celebrate this Lammas in some way, because it is here for you. You are ready to transition into the cocoon of self yet again, Pile 3. But I'm hearing you're going to die for the last time, and you're going to be so grateful for the being that appears after, the next season and cycle that is wherever it's coming up in your northern or southern hemisphere. You are ready to be reborn anew, and it's time is what I want to share. Mother Cacao is being brought forward as well, and chocolate and cherries and apples and blackberries, blackcurrants, raspberries. There's something in taste and pleasure and sensuality, Pile 3, that's going to be beneficial for you moving forward. But that's going to have quite diverse expressions of understanding depending where you are in your path and in your journey and your expression. But if you would like an extended reading with me, please do not hesitate to reach out, Pile 3. I'd love to know whom you are. I feel like you are an incredibly expansive soul and on an incredible life path, and congratulations for being you. Congratulations for the soul that you are. All teams of light are incredibly proud of you. Your ancestors are completely blown away by whom you are, and they wish that they could come back and experience you again. And for some of you, your ancestors are going to be your children this lifetime. That is a confirmation for some. If you've been having that feeling and that notion, that is the truth. And please only take what resonates. If you would like a deeper capacity of understanding with that from a personal level, please do not hesitate to reach out. But please do like, share, and subscribe, and share this reading with anyone that you might feel will best benefit. And Pile 3, perhaps you can't share this with anyone that knows you. Perhaps you should share this with someone that you are trying to get to know you. Pile 3 is what I want to share, which is an interesting message. Someone is trying to understand you. Send them this reading because it will help them understand you deeper. Is what I want to share, Pile 3. But that's all that I've got for you today. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you would like to work with me, Pile 3. But that's all that I've got for you today. Please do take care and enjoy Lammas.